Okay, we uh, we all have struggles in our life. Like, can you put got it? So, and like we sometimes feel it very, we are too busy to take up spirituality or inquire about anything spiritual, and professional, personal life, no time. So here, like Arjuna was in the middle of battlefield, which is that it's like life and death situation. So he actually kept everything aside. He thought that it would wait, and then he started questioning. So basically, he uh, he gave such a preference to the message of Bhagavad Gita. So it is said that our intelligence is a function of our determination. So wherever we feel like determined, okay, if we feel like I want to be, I want to, I want to focus more on this aspect in my life, then our intelligence will become more concentrated there. Means it will plan out and it will devise the different means. No, if just like there are two boys and girls, who love each other. They might be busy with college and everything, but if they plan to meet at certain point of time, their intelligence will be so sharp that they will manage everything, and they finally somehow try to meet. So in the same way, that should be our anchoring to to be focused in spirituality. So our whole consciousness follows our intelligence, and our intelligence follows our inner determination. Door close here. So our inner determination depends on our inner desires, what desires we have, and what type of desires we get based on what type of association we are taking. If you take the association of saintly people, if you take the association of pious people, or somebody who is not very passionate, not very ignorant, our desires will be of that kind. If we if we have friends or some neighbors who are materially driven, we brought this car, we went that place, we did this, we did this party, we tried this, there something or other will, some distraction will keep on coming. But when our desires, like with proper association, are properly doubted, properly controlled, it will lead to the proper determination. So when our intelligence is strong, we become determined. Okay, material intelligence does not help us rising from to the spirituality. Means if you know, if you achieve something materially, like you may achieve uh, uh, some wealthy thing, means like you earn a lot of money or fame or something material thing, it will not solve your spiritual problems. But if you focus on spiritual things, if we actually endure on spirituality, if we focus on spiritual things, then it will solve the material problems as well. Example, so like America is so wealthy country. Like now countries like Switzerland, we already discussed, right? They are so wealthy. Like people don't have to work also. Like even if they take birth, government itself will take care of them. So their countries are so well to do, and they are materially well situated, but the depression rate, the suicidal rate are so high. But when we see in the countries like some countries with moderate economies, and very low incomes, people are very happy. Happiness index is very high there. So why? Because if you see any material person, some millionaire, billionaire, they will be always some worried about something. They will not have peace of mind if they don't have spiritual background. But if a person without anything, literally zero positions, if he is into spirituality, he will be totally satisfied and he doesn't want anything. Just no, he just needs some food for his maintenance and then some shelter for his body. That's it. Simple living, and I think he follows that criteria. So materials solutions will not satisfy our spiritual hankering. On the other hand, spiritual solutions will not only solve the material problems but also solve the spiritual, psychological, and mental issues also. So it is up to us, how we should plan. So it is said that we should choose wisely to where to invest our faith, where to invest our intentions, and where to invest our desires. So everything starts with little bit free will we have in the beginning. Like sometimes when we are scrolling down something, we end up seeing some trailers of a movie. Little bit, a kind of, okay, it's not required, but what we think is, okay, let me see what it is there, what there in me. We'll just go there, let me try it out. Especially sometimes, when we go for shopping, we don't need some product, something like hi-fi product, but we go there, getting attracted to the advertisement or something like that, and we should see that product or anything. You may not taking any material association or meeting any materialistic person. Let me try out what he's up to, like that kind of thing. We just out of curiosity we go there, and everything starts from there. Means the ignition will start. The trailer will attract us. Then we develop desire to watch, okay, I want to watch entire movie. Then we plan for that. And after going there, we watch a movie. It's not going to stop there. It is going to create some impressions on our mind. Oh, this movie is such a nice impression, such a nice feeling I had. And after you watch that movie, you come out of the theater, or with some different change in your, like, if you might be depressed, you might be feeling some kind of loneliness within. You might feel a little different, and you will think that, like, when I say you, means we, okay, we think that, okay, oh, we have a nice feeling, but that feeling won't last for long. It will fade away soon, and we will remember that. And next time when we had the same little bit depression, we start for watching another movie, something like that. So anything, any material solution for problems of our life will lead to this kind of like a drug kind of thing. Okay, so on the other hand, if you are getting lost on the lower level, like a confusion between different levels, means we are at like a spirituality is a higher level platform, and material things, like acting on the platform of senses, acting on the platform of ego, acting on the platform of mind, are different levels. But when it comes to spirituality is above all those levels. So when we gets lost in the lower levels, lower levels means levels on the level of sense gratification, levels on the level of ego, like I have to achieve, I have to show up, I should be the enjoyer, that kind of thing. So, and when we got lost on the levels, on those levels, either sensual levels or mental levels, or ego level of ego, or in between, means you might be, two levels might be dominating that at that point of time. Sensual demand as well as egoistic demand, sensual demand as well as mental demand. So combination might be, or combination of all. When we get lost on those levels, that result determination for higher consciousness will not take place. So that's why, previously it used to be the Vedas. In the Vedas, you do this yajna, you will achieve this. You perform this vrata, you perform this sacrifice, you will achieve that. So that is karma kanda. That is many branched. Means only for looking over sense gratification. But karma yoga is one-pointed determination. So it is said that our problems in life are 99% mental and only 1% physical. It doesn't mean that 1% physical is very negligible. So means like we don't have much problem. Like not, if you see, not many people will have the problem of eating, like for subsistence or not getting any food. There are some people who don't have getting enough food for nourishment, but problems around us, 99% it is said that are mental based, means like either related to our consciousness or related to our um, mental problems. Okay, so the spirituality is like there is a nice story, like there is one king. He constructed a very nice palace, with made of finest marbles, and he said, okay, I have two empty walls, like in the palace, like two walls facing each other. I want a marvelous paintings on these walls. Anybody can do that kind of paintings. I will reward them like so and so heavy hefty amount. And many artists comes and you know and tries to explain what they can do. And finally king settled up with one artist. He said, I will draw such an artistry, that such that he explained this art. And king gets attracted to it, and he said, okay, you can paint. And the next day one more person comes and says, okay, after looking the building, he says, I can draw the exact image what the other person is going to draw, and how much you can pay for that. And I will not even see what he is going to draw. So then king says, I will double the amount what I'm going to give to you, what I'm going to give to him. Means if you know, like even like one line difference, no color, nothing different, it should be exact. So then what the king does, he actually arranged a nice curtain between both of them. And this person worked very hard, painting nicely, with some minor details. And this person was doing something on the other side. So at the end of the time given to them, the king came to see the first painting. The first painting was very colorful, very artistic, very natural, and it was very pleasing to his mind. And everyone was very much curious about the second painting. So then king asked, okay, remove the curtain between them. Let us see what he is up to. Then he removes, and he sees exactly the same painting which this person has drawn. So what do you expect? Yeah. Yes. He didn't do anything. He actually polished the wall. He made the wall so fine that it will reflect exactly what is there in that. So our sadhana, our spiritual practice, the soul in within us is Satchidananda, means it is all pure, it is blissful, and it is eternal. And all we have to do is we have to polish our mind such that it will reflect the qualities of the soul within us. So in that endeavor, when we endeavor to polish the soul, means to remove all the negative things from our life, to remove all the bad conditionings, or control the mind, control the senses, remove all the abominable things what I have experienced, all the negativity from our life. In that process, that process may take some time. During that process of time, our mind will give a lot of trouble. No, why you are taking this? Why are you wasting your life? Everybody is enjoying. Why don't you enjoy also? Who saw that soul is there? Like that, different things will come. So one person asked, Prabhuji, you are saying all these things. If somebody asks, where is the proof that this exists, soul existed, or higher realms of going back to Godhead, like all those things existed. And I said, you don't have to experience all those things. You put faith in the scriptures, you put faith in these practices, and implement those things in your life. Whatever this suggested by acharyas, if we implement, you can see a great deal of transformation within our thought process, within our lifestyle, the way we deal with the things around us. There will be a great deal of transformation. We will have clear clarity of mind, means what is eternal, what is permanent, what is temporary, what is what is to be given important, what is to be neglected. We'll have clarity of mind. We'll have such a meaningful way of living. So that itself is an evidence. And when we analyze what we were before and what we are now, after practicing for some time, after implementing all the injunctions given by the scriptures and following the rules and following the guidelines of the acharyas, we will see a great deal of transformation. Because earlier we used to run after something material, which is temporary, which is not only hankering for material things. In the enduring process, when we are striving for that, it gives us pain. After getting that, it still gives us pain, and after losing that, it still gives us pain. Means from the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, it is going to give us pain. Means like if you want to achieve something material, you have to work hard, earn money, and spending money for buying that is also painful, because you are spending your hard-earned money, and maintaining that material thing. What it might be a position, it might be some metal object, it might be anything material. Maintaining that is also painful, and by some means, if you lose that also, it's painful. Or I spent so much of my time and energy, and I just lost it. So, but when it comes to spirituality, whatever we implement, we actually aspire, we implement in our life, we see the change now, and we will be coming to know what we have to take seriously and what we have to neglect that. So now, so for that, we have to start being in the present. Means like we should be conscious of our life, and also it is said that one who sweats in leisure will bleed less in the war. Means when you have time and energy right now, if we endure on the spiritual practice, but this is a material world. In everybody's life, these critical situations are going to come, either today or tomorrow or after some years. When we have this, just like spiritual knowledge is like a vaccination, just like we're getting corona vaccination, right? Until we get vaccination, we're fearful. Oh, I might get infected there, I might get infected there. But after getting vaccination, we are taking mask and going everywhere freely. Of course, we are putting safety measures, but we are relaxed a little bit, and we don't know how many times this vaccination is helping us from within. How many times it is fighting back the virus? How many times how much it has increased our immunity. So in the same way, but that vaccination effect will not be seen by us, but it will do its job. But in the same way, when we have spiritual values and we have our spiritual life, how much we actually it is helping us in our life, we may not be able to pursue, but many of the negative aspects will be removed from our life.
So Prabhuji, you just said that this is life and some situations will happen, right? But when you look at some people's life, it's full of struggles, and when you look at some people's life, it is very easy. They have any worries until the end. They don't see any problems at all. So such people who haven't seen any problems, those who don't have any struggles, should they still pursue for spiritual towards spiritual?
Yes. So Mata, you are asking some people who have struggles in their life, they may take to spirituality, but some people they don't have any struggle in their life.
Right.
But is it relevant for them spirituality? Yeah. If you see, Mataji, everybody's life, there are problems. If not problems, there are 4 main problems: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, birth, old age, disease, and death. Even if you are a wealthy person, well-to-do person, you are going to face these problems. Even if you don't have any problems, and your situation is fully comfortable, full of happy, full of bliss, materially, but it is still a temporary situation. Means take anybody's life, nobody is eternal here, and we have to think, we have to inquire, where am I coming from? Why? We are only present in this situation, in this present family, position, or situation only for some time or some years. Earlier, we don't have certain, we used to have different set of situation. Means we used to be small, just like that kid. She has parents, they'll take care of everything now. As she grows up, immediately situation changes. Some people will come into our life. Some people will leave from our life who are caring right now. And as we grow, situation completely changes. After many years, situation completely change. Means we question, like nothing is going to be permanent with us. Nothing, nobody is going to be permanent with us. Where are we going? Is there any purpose behind our life? When we question that, we should seek answer. And many actually spend on this, try to find answer for this question. And many, after referring many religions, visiting many countries, referring many scriptures, they finally were concluded that this is the real solution for the problem of salvation. So the solutions provided by Bhagavad Gita not only solves our immediate problems, means like how much we have to focus on present material situation, but also solves our problem of life and death also. It will give immediate solutions, also it will give permanent solutions also. Any solution on the material basis is only temporary and immediate, but any solution on the level of spirituality is permanent. So you got your answer, right? So then in 53rd verse, Krishna says, discusses about the qualifications of a Sita Prajna. Means what he says is, when Krishna says, when your intelligence is indifferent to the Vedas means the objects of sense gratification, because of being fixed, and you are situated in the Samadhi, then you will attain the status of Jivan Mukta. Means, who is Jivan Mukta? Somebody who is liberated, even though he is present in this, he is presently living, he is Jivan Mukta. So, and Krishna says, such a person becomes self-realized by performing Nishkama Karma Yoga. Means like he's saying, Krishna, we already discussed how to perform Nishkama Karma Yoga, right? And Arjuna gets attracted to that. Okay, means like you do your duty and you will become liberated. So until that point of time, Arjuna had a different conception. In order to get liberated, you have to give up everything and go to forest and do meditation like that. But Krishna is saying, you do what you are doing and you will get liberated. And Jivan Mukta means living but liberated. And Arjuna asks questions here. He says, "O Keshava, what is the description of the person situated in Samadhi?" Means a person who performs Nishkama Karma Yoga or Sthita Prajna. What does he speak? What does he sit? How does he sit? And how does he move? What does he speak means how the different ways of. So Prajna means whose intelligence is awakened. So we discussed, right? The quality of a soul is Satchit Ananda. Sat means it is eternal. Chit means it is full of knowledge. And Ananda means it is full of bliss. And any ignorance or any depression or any negative aspect is only a temporary covering. But actually, from within the soul is all powerful, full of knowledge, and eternal, and full of bliss. So, and Sthita means study. So, Sthita Prajna means whose intelligence is fully awakened. And it is not like sometimes he is into knowledge and sometimes he is into ignorance. It's not like that. He is always in knowledge. So, and Arjuna asks, what are his qualifications? Okay. So Krishna says, when he completely gives up all the desires which arise from the mind alone and is satisfied within the soul alone, by that mind, he is called Sthita Prajna. Means, so is Krishna is we, as we said in the beginning, our desires, it all start with our desire. Mm. Our desires start with association. We said that our desires will have a great impact on intellect. Mm. So if we see the teachings of great religions or acharyas, Buddhism speaks about desire is the root cause of all suffering. Buddha, right? We all know the life of Buddha. He actually gave up his princely position and then went and sit beneath the Bodhi tree and then meditated for a long time, and finally he realized that desire is the root cause of all suffering. So become desireless. Hmm? So, and he says nothing is beyond non-violence. Because why? Because mission of Buddha is, he wants to stop all this unnecessary killing of animals, showing the excuses, Vedas as an excuse to kill animals. Hmm? So, ahimsa parama dharma, that is the motto of Buddhism. Hmm? So, and then Shankaracharya came. And Buddha says, okay, you do nothing and don't desire anything, and you focus on nothingness, you will be free from all miseries. And then Shankaracharya came, he says, Aham Brahmasmi. No, you don't want to be nothing. You are Brahman, you are spiritual in nature. He meant that you have to meditate on that, he said. So if that is like that is close to the conclusion of Buddhism, because that time everybody is jumping into Buddhism, thinking that these we don't have that conception in Vedic civilization. So in order to bring them back into the Vedic civilization, Shankaracharya said, "Aham Brahmasmi," means you are Brahman, you are spiritual, you are Brahman means it's one of the feature of the God. Okay. So, and Shankaracharya proponed that Aham Brahmasmi. And like it is said that means that the what Shankaracharya proponent is Mayavad. What Mayavad means? He says that this Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya means all this material world is false. Don't put faith on this material world. Only spiritual world is true. So that's what he proponed. Then if anybody just meditates on something, like if a medical student is there, he got into medical college. Now if he says, no, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a medical, I'm a doctor. If he meditates like that, he'll not become a doctor. He has to act on that. He has to study, he has to work, he has to under a bona fide spiritual professor, something like that. So then Ramanujacharya came. Ramanujacharya said, you don't just meditate on Aham Brahmasmi, act as Aham Brahmasmi, means act on spirituality. So how to act on spirituality? He actually proponed the process of Bhakti Yoga process. Means first process of worship, okay? And then when he proponed the process of worship, then there is a conception like satisfying all these principles. There is a misconception that soul and super soul are one. So that is a conception which confused many of them. Means everybody is thinking, okay, I am also soul, I am also equal to Krishna, I am also equal to God. Like that they misconcept. And then finally Madhvacharya came, and then he actually said that Jiva is subordinate to the Lord. Means there are two things, Jivatma and Paramatma, and Jivatma is always subordinate to Paramatma. Jivara Swarupoi Krishna Nitya. Means it is serving God, it is serving Krishna, or it is serving Paramatma in different capacities. Just like a child is serving father by showing its affection, by showing its dependency. Means, but for outsiders, it might be seen that okay, child is taking service from the parents, but actually, child is giving the satisfaction for the parents through dependency. Like parents derive pleasure by taking care of the child, we all know, right? We all have from family backgrounds. So that is the conception. So all the religions, everybody says that desire is a root cause. if we are careful with our desires, then everything will be perfect. So what is a desire definition, and how it is born, and what is its effects, and how to manage the desires? This is the fundamental of spiritual life. So what is the definition of desire? Desire is a strong feeling of wanting to have something, or wishing for something to happen. Means you want some object or some situation to happen. That is the desire. Okay. And how it is born? Through the association of senses and sense objects. Means like you had pleasure in something. Now I gave the example of movie, right? You actually saw the trailer and you associated with that thing, and then you develop a desire. I want to watch movie, like that. And then what is its effects? What are the effects of desires? Desires are many kinds. Okay. There are good desires and there are bad desires. So good desires means, and we'll see how to manage the desires, and and how to control them. So so the problem with the desires is, like, now desires all starts with a small spark. When the desire is on the level of spark, it is very easy to control. But as the desires from the spark level into a small flame, and small flame to medium flame to very burning desire, then it is very difficult to put off that desires. You take any situation, any problem, material, all these things. So if the desires are nicely controlled or nicely managed, it is like constructive. If a fire, it is controlled, it can be used for many purposes, for cooking, for heating, and different things. So that is controlled desire. But if the desire is uncontrolled, then it will burn off everything what in the house, and it will burn off all our properties. That will become a fire accident. So the basic step of spiritual life is how to control our desires first. Like until you control your desires, we cannot progress in our spiritual life. Until you progress in spiritual life, we cannot achieve the results of spiritual life. And then until you see any results due to spirituality, then you will not have faith in spiritual life, or you will not have faith in that higher power. You will not have faith in God also, or you will not have faith in message of Bhagavad Gita, or no, Krishna, or anything, any spiritual aspect. So for that, we have to control the desires. No? So when a man gives up all varieties of desires for sense gratification, which arises from mental concoction, means a person who is in mode of ignorance, who is mode of passion, he may contemplate in different aspects. But in the person in the mode of goodness, he will also have desires. The bad desires will make us enslaved. Sometimes we feel like, oh, I want to cut down this habit, but I'm not able to do it. That means that desires has already enslaved us, because we got addicted to the desires. But on the other hand, a person who is on the platform of spirituality is always engaging all his desires into spirituality. That's how he controls the desires. Means in the midst of sense gratification, you should be like a tortoise. That's Krishna says. Okay, we'll see that conception later. A yogi is connected to Krishna through his service. So what is the basic nature? Two facts we have to remember. We are not this body, we are a spirit soul. And what is the nature of soul? Is to serve. You either serve Krishna, or you serve your senses, or serve family, serve nation, serve your company. Or if nobody is there, serve your pet. Means as the soul has loving tendency, you have to invest that love on something. Love means service. Love is equal to service. How you express your love to somebody? Through service. So you said, I love you, but I don't do anything for you. That is not love. Love that is not expressed is not existed itself. Means love has to be expressed through service. So bhakti is equal to love is equal to service. Means that affection, the sense of the feeling of servitude towards when we engage the service, feeling of service to any objects, that might be called some, if it is some negative thing, that is called addiction. If it is some positive thing, it is called affection. But it is the same service attitude when it is directed towards Krishna is called bhakti. How we reciprocate our gratitude towards Krishna is through serving, either listening about Krishna, either singing about Krishna, or offering anything to Krishna, or performing some service to Krishna. So that is the process of reciprocation, the process of expressing our gratitude. So we actually, what we do in the process of bhakti, we dovetail all our desires in the service to Krishna. We have to work. Yes, we work to maintain the family of Krishna. We work, like we actually dovetail everything. We go for shopping. We go shopping so that we can bring bhoga for Krishna. Means like we should maintain, like we should not think that this is my home, this for my enjoyment, not like that. We should lead our life thinking that this is Krishna's home and I am doing everything for the sake of Krishna. That is the process of dovetailing all our propensities. We had the tendency, we want to dance. We dance in the kirtan. We want to sing. We sing kirtan. For the pleasure of Krishna. So a devotee does all those things. Means, as I told you previously, right? If you have very like hankering to eat something, some like biryani or something like that. But if you eat something very sattvic, but as soon as your hunger is quenched, you will not have that hankering. You don't feel like eating, even if it is a palatable thing, like not even it is like something which you are very much conditioned to. So when we substituted all those previous things which we used to do for sense gratification as Krishna's service, basically, if you see many devotees comes here, many, like we have a congregation of 300, 400 families. All they do everything what others do. They maintain families, they work, they go different places. They have nice congregation and everything. They do everything, but they are actually gradually progressing towards the ultimate perfection of life. Through like what is ultimate perfection? To completely transform our consciousness. Means when we are fully Krishna consciousness, then we will not be material, will no more be material conscious. So as we gradually progress on that path, and our life will completely become Krishnized. Means like how our transformation means. Somebody may say, what is Krishna? We are only saying about Krishna in ISKCON, but Krishna is God. The name of Krishna we actually use, and because there is only one God, and that one God have many other small demigods that we'll explain later on, that as the topic comes. When I use Krishna, means Krishna is supreme controller. Krishna is God. Okay. When we have to become Krishna conscious. Okay. So we don't have to control any of our desires. We actually have to purify our desires. But artificially repressing the senses means artificially, if you want to eat something like gulab jamun or some sweet, and you artificially repress it. You cannot repress it for long. You can repress as long as there are conditions favorable. Means there is nothing to be seen, nothing to be smelled. You can repress that. But when the situations change, when the situations become agitated, when favorable conditions come, they immediately senses will cheat us. No, you might have, we all know the stories of many sages, right? Vishwamitra, he went for meditation, but as soon as he went meditation, he renounced all his kingdom, he renounced all his wives and all his positions, and went into the forest for meditation. He was artificially repressing his senses. No, I want to become a great sage, so that I can defeat Brahaspati, Vasishta, not Brahaspati. And as soon as Menaka came, she heard the ankle bells of Menaka, and then immediately gave up all his things and then chalo. So next time, again he was he finally he what you call he realized that he made a mistake, and he gave up the association of Menaka, and then he sent her back to heaven, and then he started again meditating. Again he was progressing nicely. Next time Indra sent Ramba, and because he made a mistake and he realized what because as he became as he become influenced by the lust in the first attempt, so he lost all his penances, the credits of his penances, the powers, that the devotional that meditational credits. Okay, so next time he, when as soon as he saw Ramba, he understood, okay, she's again coming to distract me. He became angry and immediately he opened his eyes and he burnt up her. So now he became the victim of anger. First he became the victim of lust, now he became the anger. So, and next in next attempt, one person comes. No, like again he read, okay, oh, after burning the Ramba, he read, okay, I unnecessarily wasted all my tapas shakti. Now I have to start all over again. So now he again starts tapasya. Meditates for many years, no, many hundreds of years, and it's like a bank balance, no, like a tapashakti is increasing. Immediately one person comes, like he says that I want to go to Sargaloka with same body, and he said, oh, you cannot go to Sargaloka with the same metal body, you have to give up your metal body. He says that. Oh, Vasishta also said that. Then after Vasishta said he cannot do, then I came to you, because Vishwamitra has enmity to Vasishta. So he took as a challenge. Yes, if Vasishta said no, then I will say I'll accept this challenge. I will send you to the heaven with my tapashakti with the self same body. So now he used all his tapashakti for sending him. Means that is out of illusion. Means one time he lost due to lust, one time he lost due to anger, one time he lost illusion. So he lost many times, and finally he. So that is the hardest way of learning things. Means there are three ways of learning things. First way of learning thing is through hearing, what we are all doing now, through hearing of the acharyas and scriptures. That is first way of learning. Second way of learning is by seeing others going through the situation. And third way of learning is by personally going through the experience. Now if somebody says, no, like if a kid sees like a flame, and kid goes, I won't touch the flame, I won't touch the flame. And father or mother says, no, don't touch the flame, it will hurt you. Kid won't listen. And next, on the next, we have to take next level. What is next level? Father has to put the flame, oh, one like this. He has to pretend. And the kid, or some kids will realize, oh, this is going to hurt me like that. And some kids will back up from there. But some kids will be so stubborn, they themselves want to experience. So father safely puts the flame and then burns the finger slightly. So that is the situation. That is the third level of knowing things. So when we see we see many persons who try to artificially repress the senses, they fail miserably. So, but the devotees, what they do, they actually dovetail all our propensities, because we have anger, we have greed, we have we can dovetail all our propensities for the service of Krishna. Except envy, everything can be dovetailed in Krishna's service. So using all whatever we have in Krishna's service is the best way of controlling them. So everyone, you have the propensity to, everybody has propensity to speak or talk about something. When two persons meet, what they do, oh, you heard this, you heard this offer, you heard about this politics or that thing, this thing. We have the propensity to talk, right? Or Narendra Modi or Karana or something like that, politics or something. But if you meet another person, somehow preach about Krishna, that is dovetailing your talking habit in the service of Krishna. And we have the propensity to love someone, or we want to have the propensity to get associated, no, like some people, they join different clubs so that they'll have sense of belongingness. So then you associate with devotees, you associate with Krishna's devotees, that is dovetailing that activity. So that way, if you see many scriptures, different personalities dovetail different activities, no, like gopis, they actually dovetail their lust in Krishna, and Pandavas, they actually dovetail their saka, means friendship, being friendship, no. Hanuman in servite attitude. So Bali Maharaj, different devotees, they actually dovetail different propensities what they have in service of Krishna. So this is the best way of controlling our senses and controlling our desires. So Krishna is like, no, like our greatest well-wisher, no, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, is the best well-wisher of all the living entities, not only his devotees, but all the living entities. And Ramanujara enlists different qualities of Krishna. I think we are running short of time. I will make this discussion into 2 classes. So different qualities of Krishna I will discuss that in the next class. He says, like when we are approaching Krishna, right? We have to have different, like, no, I didn't get the time to type in. I will just write through this. So he enlists different qualities of Krishna. So because we have been saying, dovetail all your actions in the service of Krishna. Who is that person? What is his nature? Is he what kind of person? Like if you tell somebody, okay, you believe this person and go with him, and you first inquire what is that one? Where is he coming from? What is his nature? So then we should know about Krishna. So that's why Ramanujacharya enlisted. He actually, Krishna's main quality is his Bhakta Vatsala. Because there are different incarnations, different expansions, like it is said that God is one, like, but some of our Hindus says, no, God are many gods, there are many gods. Why are you saying only one God? It is not like that. God is one, but his representatives are many. So if you see, like somebody said, today is Vinayak Chavithi, right? Who wrote Bhagavad Gita, Does anybody say who wrote Bhagavad Gita? Who wrote Bhagavad Gita? Valmiki wrote Ramayana.
Ganesha?
Yeah, Ganesha is the one who wrote Bhagavad Gita. How he wrote Bhagavad Gita? Because Vyasadeva wanted to write Mahabharata. Vyasadeva wanted to write Mahabharata, but he said, I will be meditating on the verses, and as the verses come, by the time I write words, I might lose my meditation. Like, see, writing is a distraction, right? Sometimes, if you are in a deep meditation, like contemplating the verses and reciting, composing nice shlokas and telling, we have to have somebody, like, it will be very helpful, like if you see many very great personalities, they'll have a personal assistant to write, a stenographer, they say, right? Something. They'll write running notes for them and then nicely compose it, the letter, and then send it to the person. So Vyasdev thought this Mahabharata is a great literature, but I need somebody to write them. But is there a worthy person who can write so fast and who can catch up with me, and who is scholarly in nature? And I think he approached Brahmaji and asked, I want to write this. No? And then he found, like Brahma said, Ganesh is the best person. He's scholarly, he's buddhiman, and he is very intellectual. He is very devoted, and he glorifies Ganesh. And then Ganesh agrees. Yes, Ganesh comes and says, "Okay." Vyasdev meditates on Ganesh, and then Ganesh comes and Vyasdev expresses, "I will be writing Mahabharat. I will be narrating Mahabharat. You have to write Mahabharat." And Vyasdev and Ganesh they sits together, and Vyasdev starts narrating. And this Bhagavad Gita comes in the Bhishma Parva. Now, Mahabharata is divided into different parvas. So this Mahabharata comes in Bhishma Parva. Bhishma Parva is like, that's where Kurukshetra battle starts. Okay. So, and Ganesh was writing everything, whatever. And all these conclusions, like Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, object of what Vedas are worthless, unintelligent people worship demigods, all those things is written by Ganesh himself. If anything spoken by Vyasdev is wrong, if Ganesh would have not written, no, hey, why you are telling only worship Krishna? Why not me? You would have tell, no? Like worshippers of demigods are less intelligent. Like that, he says, Krishna says, but on different level. At one point of time, Krishna says, you should worship demigods, worship of demigods in mode of goodness. And at one point of time, Krishna says, unintelligent people worship demigods, because whatever result you are getting from demigods, you will directly get from Krishna. And if you get results from demigod, it is going to be temporary. And at the end of lifetime, you may have to, if you are very devoted to the demigod, you may go to the abode of demigod, and which is temporary in nature. So Ganesh himself wrote this Bhagavad Gita. And okay, writing is one aspect. Okay, next aspect is how many acharyas, how many gurus, how many personalities, great personalities accepted Bhagavad Gita as Praman. Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya. There is no acharya who actually pointed single fault with Bhagavad Gita. They all took Bhagavad Gita, but they might not have presented as it is. Because it is said that only a person who is well connected in devotional service to Krishna can present message of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So, but they accepted that, and they when Krishna says, they actually interpret it different way, and they go different way. So this these qualities, like that, what we are going to discuss, because Krishna is such a great personality, means we are talking about that one personality, by worshipping whom we will be worshipping everybody. But it doesn't mean that we should disrespect demigods. Demigods should be respected as the part and parcel of Krishna. Just like if you respect the superintendent of police, you should respect the what next to him, DGP, Deputy General of Police. DGP is the highest position, right? And the next to DGP is like superintendent of police. Next to superintendent of police is some sub-inspector or circle inspector, and next to circle inspector is sub-inspector. Next to circle inspector is some head constable or constable. So if you respect the king, you respect DGP, you respect the SP, you respect everybody, right? Everybody who is connected to him will be respected. You have to respect him, because they are carrying the mission of the king or the president or prime minister. So in the same way, when we love Krishna, when we worship Krishna, we have to respect every demigod as a part and parcel of him. And but at the same time, just like it is said that a wife, when gets married, she respects every member of the family nicely. She respects mother-in-law, father-in-law, and sisters and brothers of husband, and her everybody, neighbors and everybody. She respects. She'll have different relationship with different members of the family. But her love, special love, will be towards husband, as a pativrata. Means like everybody will be respected, but our love and devotion should be towards Krishna. So when we are loving towards, when we love Krishna, when we worship Krishna with wholeheartedness, then we are respecting everybody. And we should, but no, it's also vice versa. We should respect everybody and we should also worship Krishna. Means when we worship Krishna, we are respecting everybody. So, okay, we are saying about Krishna so much. Then what are the qualities of Krishna? He is Saushilya, means he is the greatest of the personalities, but he will become smallest of the small for the sake of his devotees, because he is worshipped by Brahma, Shiva, and he is he is the owner of entire spiritual and material worlds. But he comes for the sake of devotees. He incarnates and he performs different leelas. He becomes a son of a devotee. He becomes a friend of a devotee. He becomes a lover of a devotee. He serves his devotee. Arjuna was a devotee. He was driving his chariot. Like if your company CEO comes and drives your car, how do you feel? It's a very hard company. You don't have to come. Why he comes? Because he has such a loving relationship with the devotees. And next quality is Vatsalya, means he never finds faults with his devotees. Like not only devotee, he never finds faults with his any jiva also, because he is always forgiving, he is always loving. But love can be expressed in different ways. Now, if you love your child, when the child is going in a wrong direction, you have to be punished. You have to be brought into right track. So that's why as a Paramatma, he keeps track of everything and he actually punishes so that we can get better. That is Vatsalya. But no, that's why he never takes of misgivings or mistakes of his devotees seriously. And next quality is, I think it's Madhava or Madhu. Okay, it's a great separation from devotees. Okay, it's not like when we love somebody, you feel separation from him. Like now, if you love your partner, or if you love your kids, or if you love your parents, if they are away, you feel separation from. Oh, I would wish to go see my mother, or my brother, or somebody like that. If you love somebody, you feel separation from them. So Krishna also feels separation from devotees. He will be hankering when this person is going to come back to me again, like that. Even though he is as a plenary expansion, he is still there, but right now he's only as a Anumanta Upadrishta. He's in a Sakshi Bhuta, means as a Paramatma, he is staying in the heart and he's only witnessing. He is not involving into our life so much. He's not reciprocating with us so much because we wanted him to be like that. But Krishna is in separation from us, that now he will be thinking when he will come back to me. So that is the quality of Krishna. Next quality is Arjavam. He is truthful to his promise. If Krishna promises anything, he is truthful. That's what Krishna's Kunti Maharani says in our prayers. No, sun might go cold and moon might become hot, but you will never go back on your promises. Whatever Krishna promises, he will always try to fulfill them. And he is Sauharda, means remember his devotees in a very favorable way, even though he may be at distance. Okay. And then he is Samya, he is equal to all. Like even a great king or emperor can be his devotee, or a poorest of the poor can be his devotee. There is a nice story in Bhagavatam, right? Like Shrutadeva and or you might be knowing Sudama, right? So Sudama was a very poor person. He was a friend to him. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is the emperor of the entire planet. Still he is a friend to him. So he is equal to everybody. He doesn't see what position you are in, what your intellectual abilities. All he needs is how much you are lovingly, devotionally approaching him. Next is Karunya. He is always compassionate towards his devotees. Means like he'll be any mistakes, anything happen, or or he'll always thinking that how I can do good, like that. Okay. And Madhurya, he appears very sweet. No, all the pastimes, all the personality of Krishna is very sweet. No, it's not like if you see other incarnations like Narsingadev, you see that picture, Narsingadev picture, little bit fearful. But Krishna's personality is in a threefold bending form, playing flute for the pleasure of his devotees, always pleasing, is always very attractive. And Gambhirya, what is Gambhirya means? Gravity. Means nobody can estimate what Krishna is thinking within his mind. Krishna will be always smiling, even if you do wrong things, good things. But you will come to know it when as the result comes. Means nobody can understand Krishna. Even the great sages cannot understand what's Bhishma Dev says many things have happened. Like Pandavas went, sometimes some good things happened in their life, sometimes bad things happened in their life. Always Krishna was smiling and with them, going like he was helping in every situation. When they're happy, he's enjoying with them. When they're suffering, he's helping them in whatever ways he can. But nobody can estimate what Krishna's desire, what Krishna's intentions are from the heart. Okay. And next is Chaturya, means he's very clever. He is, nobody can cheat Krishna. Jai Shri Radha Gopi Janala. So he is very clever. He knows even he knows how to teach lessons to demons. He knows how to deal with great uh, devotees. Sometimes devotees also they keep Krishna in tricky situation. So he knows everything. He's very clever. Now there are different stories for different qualities, but we don't have time. That I'm just listing it. And next quality is Sthairya, means very steady in his relationship with the devotees. Means he's it's not like sometimes he's like when it's in a relation, right? Like we all experience, right? When we have a relationship with somebody, sometimes that person will be very favorable, very nice to us. But sometimes he will be very upset with us, like that, right? But Krishna is not like that. He's always steady, means he's absolute nature. Means like he doesn't change in his attitude towards his devotees. So that is that are the different qualities which enlisted by Acharya. Means like that is the personality that with which we are trying to maintain a relationship with. So when we have this understanding of the qualities of Krishna, then we will be able to like see if you want to, if you know, for example, if a marriage proposal comes, like a boy to a girl or a girl to a boy, if the relatives comes and say, okay, this is a picture of that boy. Okay, seeing that physical appearance, we may have certain kind of, okay, he's good looking, or no, he's good. Seeing a picture of girl, he's good looking, like that. But somebody from other party, from boy's side or to the girl, or girl side to the boy, he comes and says, okay, these are the qualities. He's so mild, he's so gentle, he's gives the qualities of that boy or girl. Then that our impression on that person will increase more. Means our expectations, like means our, when you see a person just comes walk by, we don't know about him, we'll have certain impression looking at his appearance. But when he's the CEO of the company, he's the greatest millionaire, but he's simple hearted, he's very kind, he's very gentle, then the way we look at him, the way we want to maintain the how the way we want to maintain relationship with him will either like increase, right? So by hearing about Krishna, by hearing Krishna's message is only the beginning. The Bhagavad Gita is message of Krishna. But when we want to know about the personality of Krishna, when we want to know how Krishna treats his devotees, how Krishna reciprocates his devotees, for that we read Bhagavatam. And I will try to narrate the pastimes of Bhagavatam also. But that is the standard followed by our here. Okay. So we'll stop it here. We'll continue from the verse number 56. Actually, we should, okay, 56 to from next class. Okay. Thank you all very much. Yeah, any questions or comments? Yes, Prabhu. Hmm. Can you be a little louder?
Soul is the internal
Hmm.
we are starting a journey the mind and it's not that strong enough.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
also we live in a society
Hmm.
which disturbs the mind.
Hmm.
We know it is temporary.
Hmm.
Again,
Hmm.
that it is very hard to look at the spiritual
Hmm.
aspect.
Hmm.
So, in certain situations, what can we do to keep staying on the spiritual path and get our mind back with that?
Yeah, yes. So I'll paraphrase your question. We understand the importance of spirituality, but our mind and our conditions in this life, they are so distracting. Sometimes we feel like we cannot continue spiritual path anymore. How can we? Right. So, best thing is we start with no, Shravanam Prabhu means we start with associating with devotees first. So first thing is there are 9 ways of Mataji, Mataji, bell. So there are 9 ways of serving Krishna. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. So among these process, this the devotional service starts with Shravanam means hearing. Means like best way of safeguarding our spiritual life is taking the association of devotees constantly. Means like you start with like attending these sessions regularly, like as much as possible. And when we understand that definitely we are in modes of nature, sometimes we feel very much motivated to take up spirituality seriously, but sometimes we feel no spirituality this not I have this is not the age, maybe no I will take up at the old age or something like that. So that's the modes of nature. Sometimes we feel positive, sometimes we feel not passionate, sometimes we feel ignorant, like the mode of ignorance, we feel very lazy, what we'll do next time onwards, like that. So that is there. Best thing is starting with associating with devotees. That's why I always encourage you to come to personally come, so that you will have personal association of devotees. You'll be able to like when you maintain the relationship with somebody, you not only like you'll get different experiences. Like you have the propensity to go and meet people and socialize yourself. So instead of that, so that's why when you come and personally attend or not personally come into the congregation of devotees, we actually we are taking their association, how they are managing their life, how they are focusing on Krishna consciousness. By looking at them, we become inspired. Otherwise, if we ourselves have to perform single, without any association, we may not be that much motivated. But within a group, when we grow, we may not be, sometimes may go fast or sometimes may not slow, but we'll be going, when we go together, we'll be steady. So starts with taking association seriously, and then start with Shravana. As much as possible, whenever you are leisure, you try to listen to some classes or lectures, so that you'll keep your motivation towards spirituality. So that is the best way to start with, and from there everything will progress nicely. When these two are solid, you just have to desire, you just have to know, mind may chatter, like, oh, you're tired today, you cannot manage, or spirituality not that much important, You have sometimes, we can take our later, something like that. Mind will give different excuses. We have to ignore that chatter. And no, when we come here, when we progress, when we take that also, those two steps seriously, Stravanam and Sangha, association of devotees, then that will protect from 90% of the problems, and remaining 10% based on Krishna's mercy. If you are sincere, Krishna will definitely reciprocate, and Krishna will give the association and give the association of devotees. Association of devotees is very important. Without the association, we cannot progress in this life. Now, we may sometimes feel motivated based on our condition, and after that, sometime we lose entire enthusiasm. We feel we get lost in the material things. So, we, with that endeavor that we have to keep, that we have to show to Krishna our sincerity. Now, these modes may arise, like when we are so much driven by passion, when we are so much driven by ignorance and laziness, something like that. How much we endeavor to take this process by coming to the proper association, or by taking the process of spirituality. We show that our sincerity to Krishna through our effort in that situation. Then Krishna, when we get a Krishna's reciprocation, then there is no possibility that we will going to give up, because Krishna will reciprocate definitely. Because if you see so many families, they are associated with the temple. They are bringing up very nicely. Everybody chants. Everybody follow 4 regular principles. All those families are following this path only because of association. They understood the importance of spirituality, and they realized that they might have got the reciprocations from Krishna. So any of these things. So you endure, try your best, and leave the rest to Krishna, and definitely Krishna will definitely help us. You got your answer, right? Any more questions? Okay. Hare Krishna. Anybody have any questions online? Okay, we'll end it here. Randra Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Thank you.